everybody, Lawman Mike. That's www.lawmanguitars.com. Hey, have I got a really cool National guitar for you? I haven't had one of these since I had my white Glenwood guitar that I sold to a very well-known unnamed rock star. Okay, that's enough about that. What I have for you today, though, is a 1964 National Newport 88. Now, these guitars are awesome. This thing is made of Resoglas, which is just a fancy word to say it's fiberglass. They wanted to talk about it back in the day as being a resonating form of guitar, so they called it Resoglas. Basically, the same thing as Corvettes are made out of. It's a two-piece body that's held together by this piece of flanging that I think they used on refrigerators. They used all kinds of different stuff back in the day to make these. But this one is in absolutely immaculate shape. The pickguard is just beautiful on this one. It's got everything on it, including the original Whammy. It's got the Whammy bar. It's got all the buttons. It's got the switch. It's got the piezo bridge, which I'll talk about in just a minute. It's an absolutely stunning guitar, and they play just absolutely great. Now, this guitar has two pickups in it that are Valco designed single coils. Now, these pickups are just extraordinary pickups. We see them in a lot of different guitars. Nationals have them, some Silvertones have them, a lot of airlines have them. There's just a ton of guitars that use these Valco pickups, and they're beautiful. Everybody that knows these pickups know how very full and alive they are. Now, I've been playing on the neck pickup. Let's go to the bridge pickup, which is just very bright. Oh boy. Okay, so that is really bright. Now, the other thing that this guitar has, National and Valco and Supro all put their heads together and they developed the very first piezo bridge for a guitar. Now, that's what this is right here. This whole little plastic piece here has piezo magnets mounted in them, and it gives a very unique sound to these guitars. What they're supposed to do is approximate the sound of an acoustic guitar so that you could be playing electric guitar and flip a switch and all of a sudden you're playing an acoustic guitar. Now, I found this setting to be best on full bass, which gives you a much more well-rounded sound. It kind of rings a little bit, which just kind of gives you sort of a pseudo-acoustic sound that's running around inside the guitar. If you bring it up in the treble position, it almost becomes unusable in my opinion, but somewhere in there you can use this pickup to great use. Right in here is where I really like hearing them. So anyway, the pickups are fantastic on it. Of course, I had Jeff the Tech work on it and give us the best possible setup. The action is low, I would say, not super low, but it is low. It is super comfortable to play. If anyone wants to bend notes, you're not going to want to go any lower than what it is today. But there's certainly room to take it down a little bit, and you can certainly raise it if you've got the big hands that to go along with wanting more height on your strings. Now, the guitar also, besides having all the original parts on it, has the original face on it, which National put an extra little pickup type material facing plate on there, and then the National raised logo, which is on there also. And in addition to that, it has the double line Kluson Tuners with the butterfly tuner buttons. Now, these tuner buttons were used only, as far as I can tell, on Nationals and airlines that I've seen over the years. And if you lose these, forget trying to find more of them. They just aren't around. But they're just fantastic tuners. They work perfectly well. And in addition to that, there's also on the backside the National serial number plate on it, which designates it as being made somewhere between 1964 and 1968. These were only made a couple of years, so I'm going to call this one a 1964, although I only have a couple years to point to. 64 and 65 is when these were mostly around. So you get this awesome, awesome guitar that's got the original bridge, pickups, pickguard, whammy tailpiece, even the whammy bar. It's got this little red plastic piece on it, which signifies it as being original. I've seen these without these on it, and I had some made up one time, and all I could find was little black things. So the red one we know is original. And the guitar is just beautiful. I love these. They sound great. They play great. And if you ever try to find, these are also called map guitars, by the way. They kind of approximate the shape of the United States. So they're also known as the map guitar. And if you've ever tried to find a case for these, impossible. I mean, they're just impossible to find. However, you'll be very happy to know I've got the original Newport hardshell map guitar case that goes with it. Now this case, if you had to try to find one of these, forget it. I mean, I chase these whenever I can, and you don't find them very often, if you can find them at all. This one even has the accessory box in it. It's got the nice, I don't know if this was always pink, or maybe, you know, I guess it was pink. It's kind of faded now. You can see it on the lid strap that it was pink at one time. So it's kind of faded to like a reddish, rusty, pinkish color, but all the latches are on it. Everything works on it. The only thing that's not original is the handle on it, which was replaced sometime in its life. I'm sure that broke along the way. The Tolex is still intact on it. It's missing in places where it was worn, but not actually missing. It's just worn off on the edges. This case, of course, has been used a lot more on the outside than the inside, which is why it looks so nice inside. But if you try to find one of these, you probably have to go to eBay and get really lucky. And I know you'd pay at least $400 for one, because you'll be bidding against me, because I'll buy these whenever I can find them. So anyway, not only do you get the fantastic 1964 National Newport 88 in beautiful black with all original parts, but you get the case that goes with it. We love having the original cases for our guitars. It's something I pride myself on. 99% of the time we have original cases. When I don't, I'm probably going to still be looking for the case if I don't have it with it today. So anyway, you get all that together for one great price. Check it out at www.lawmanguitars.com. You also might want to check out our reverb.com site. Go to Lawman Guitars when you get there. We love reverb.com. We do a lot of business with them. They are just as great for me as they are for my customers. So we love them, and I appreciate you watching this today. Check out all my cool guitars, www.lawmanguitars.com.